beneath the bedclothes. Hi everyone, I'm Cornelius of Voice Studio East. I am an authorized CBT teacher, and I'm here today to talk about complete vocal technique. Last time, I gave an overview of the 4 modes. This time, we will zone in on Overdrive in particular and explore aspects that were not covered in the previous video. To recap, Overdrive is a metallic shouting or calling voice that relies on open vowels to achieve the yell timbre discussed in my resonance series. While it is capable of a whole range of sound colors, it lends itself especially well to dark, spacious timbres. The principal vowels available in Overdrive are e as in stay and o as in go. But you can also split the difference for something like an or even nudge any of these vowels slightly, so long as you don't take it too far and lose the yell timbre entirely. The easiest way for most people to find Overdrive is to simply call out as if greeting a friend from a distance. Try to make it jovial and animated like this. Hey! Yo! It is important to note that while words like hey and yo are diphthongs, the overdrive vowels are only the open parts of those diphthongs. That is to say, if we want to stay solely in overdrive when calling out these words, we will have to cut off their endings like this. Hey! Yo! For some singers, it may be difficult to find overdrive in this way. Shyness or just self-consciousness can interfere and make it hard to call out properly, resulting in a more timid version that might sound something like this. Hey! Yo! In such a case, it may be worth taking the pitch down a bit, stealing your will and trying to just go for it a bit louder this time. If this approach is not working out at all, however, there is another approach which is perhaps more tedious but also more reliable. It consists of taking the pitch way down and practicing overdrive in the lower range first. Down here, there is no yell timbre, at least not with vowels like e and o, but we should still try to articulate the vowels clearly as we gradually ascend in pitch, like this. Oh! Oh, 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 oh. As we ascend in pitch, there might come a point, typically near the beginning of the 4th octave, where a certain tug is felt, and the voice seems to want to firm up in order to resist it, like this. If this happens, then instead of resisting the tug, just surrender to it, even if it means cracking into falsetto at first. With some adjustment to the vowel and the intensity, you should be able to get a sense of releasing into a more free version of overdrive, like this. If this didn't work and you are still stuck in the firmed up version or else cracking into falsetto every time, you can try using an H to flip from the firmed up version to the released one. Notice how I also collapsed the posture a bit and raised the head a bit. This has 2 effects. The collapsing of the posture relaxes expiratory muscles, effectively decreasing the support energy, and it also changes the angle of my neck. The combination of this with a slight raising of the head opens the angle between the neck and the jaw, which tends to make it a lot easier to find this coordination. Of course, we don't always have to sing overdrive with a slouch. We can also simply raise the head further, or with some practice, it is even possible to do overdrive without increasing the aforementioned angle, though this may create a darker sound than typically desired. For the viewers who have watched my resonance series, I should mention that what we are releasing into, so to speak, is yell timbre. The firmed up coordination is basically dodging the yell timbre a bit, throwing off the resonance tuning a little. In addition, the adjustments in the larynx decrease the effect of resonance on vocal fold vibration in the first place. by releasing, we are both getting a more precise resonance tuning and maximizing the effect of that resonance tuning, thus producing a much more efficient coordination. As mentioned earlier, overdrive relies on the vowels e and o, as well as various minor variations on these two. Since songs often use a lot of vowels other than these, it is rare that we can sing a phrase entirely in overdrive. For example, my overdrive demonstration features E vowels sung in edge. Left my sweet soul neath the bedclothes, I'm not coming down. Whereas if I wanted to sing this section wholly in overdrive, I would need to replace all the vowels unsuitable for overdrive, like this. Once heavens, but no one has when nobody's around. This can, of course, hinder intelligibility, but some substitutions are so commonplace as to be canonical, so to speak. For example, me is a word commonly modified into may for the sake of making it compatible with overdrive. This is done in part because the spacious timbre of overdrive often makes it very suitable for dramatic climaxes, especially when done at very high pitches, which brings us to the final topic of today's video, overdrive at high pitches. Firstly, as mentioned in the previous video, when singing in overdrive, a pitch limit of C5 for men or D5 for women must be observed. This is because the yell timbre required for overdrive cannot be maintained higher than this pitch, unless we use so much twang that it turns into edge. However, many singers have a lot of trouble taking overdrive so high in pitch to begin with. In particular, a lot of male singers will get stuck around G4 or G#4 or thereabouts, achieving apparently excellent control and ease, but then suddenly hitting a veritable brick wall. The reason this happens has to do with complex resonance phenomena involving the trachea, which we will not go into in this video. But in practice, what it boils down to is this. There is a greater range of timbres available in overdrive lower down than high in pitch, and in particular, a greater possibility of cavernous timbres. To go higher in pitch, it will generally help a lot to raise the larynx a little, thereby reducing the cavernosity of the sound. This may also require a slightly lower volume on the way up, like this. If you still find yourself running into a brick wall as you ascend in pitch, it can be helpful sometimes to keep the vowel a bit more open on the way up, effectively delaying the arrival into overdrive until some time after E4, like this. Hopefully, by playing around with these tips, you will be able to get past the barrier and access high notes in overdrive, though it may take some time before you succeed, and even after that, it may take some time to get it consistent. In any case, I wish you the best of luck with it. And that's about it for today's video. If you have any questions, whether about overdrive or about anything else, be sure to leave a comment below. Remember to like and subscribe for more content, and as always, thanks for watching.